Hey guys, today I am going to show you how to build this insane mega farm. This farm that Kaeso built is absolutely insane. You can farm all the crops infinitely with all you need is just being a bit of time and a high garden level. This farm is everything you need and just about anything that you want to have a high crop milestone in, you can get it just by using this one farm. What you do need is Garden 12 or higher, and there are some inefficiencies with how the farm is built and also the fact that it's not 100% infinite. But it is good enough to the point where it's not a huge big a deal on your efficiency, and it's definitely worth it to build this farm if you want a successful garden. So this is everything you're going to need to build this farm. You're going to need your dirt, your soul sand, your podzol or mycelium, whichever works for you, skulls, wooden and iron trapdoors, slabs of some sort, signs, either walls or fences, it doesn't matter, both work. You'll want ladders, your magical water bucket obviously, and all 56 teleport pads. And then don't forget about all like the tools down here, like your pickaxe and your builder's ruler. So you're going to start off with a plot that is all the way down at bedrock. You can use the super flat preset and dig that down, and then make a preset of the bedrock, and then just place this across all of your plots. So I've just used this to mark the edge of the plot, but what you're going to want to start off with is a line of 4, leave a space, do 2, and then you'll do a line of 8. So then you'll continue this across the whole plot, and then at the end you'll end it off with 4. So it should look something like this once you're done with it. Next, what you're going to want to do is place blocks all the way on this one end so that you can use a builder's ruler to place above. Then using those blocks, you will make this pattern with the dirt. Then you'll continue this across all of these. Then you can replace these holes. And then once again for all of these, you'll place a block, builder's ruler, place a block, builder's ruler, place a block, builder's ruler. So then you'll have something that looks like this, where you have this that goes all the way across, these 3, this little zigzag, and then you go across, these 3, this zigzag, and you're good. Now next, what I like to do is place a little filler where you do this one block here, and then you use your builder's ruler to place a line like this, and then you will go across the whole plot, holding right click with iron trapdoors on the top of it, and then you'll place all the way across because you can't put these in the builder's wand. So once you have this line of trapdoors placed, you're just going to go ahead and destroy what you placed before. Once you've got these placed, you'll place upward slabs right next to them, and then also go across your whole plot. You can put slabs in a builder's ruler, but you won't be able to place on the upper half. You'll just be able to place on the lower half like that. Once you've got all these placed, you now have a basis for your sand, which you can put into the top left of your builder's ruler, and then you'll just place on top like this. Now the sand is where your cactus will go. Now the next thing you're going to do is hop on over here, build a couple blocks over, build up here, break that, and then you will use your builder's ruler with your infinidirt to place like that. You can break these bottom 3, and then you have this little pattern right here. Now what you're also going to need is another one that is right here. So then by the end of it, you'll have something that looks like this. Now the next hardest thing that you're going to have to do is place slabs just like this. And then you're going to want to do the same thing that you did before and go across the whole plot. So you'll have something that looks like this, and then you're also going to need to place ladders. So you have something that looks like this on each row. So you'll place a pattern like this on all of them, use your builder's ruler to go like this, break these, leave these 2 for the ladders, place this one up, place your ladders, break the rest of them, and then the next part is placing the slabs like this, and then extending these all the way out to the edge of the plot. Once you've extended it all the way, it'll look something like this. Keep in mind that you don't need to do it on this one because this is all the way at the edge of the island. You'll just have this one, and then all these holes right here is where water will go later. So you'll place right here, and have your builder's ruler full of slabs, and then you'll place there. Now what you're going to want to do from there is get more of your slabs out, and then take a look at where you are in terms of standing. So if you see this, you'll walk up here. What we want to do is make sure that you can't walk up. So you place a slab above your head here. You fit perfectly under it, and then when you walk forward, you will not walk up a block. You can place this bottom one with a builder's ruler, but you will have to place this top one by hand. So I'd just place all of the bottom ones, place a single top one, and then just go across holding Shift and S. So now once you got all of that placed, you're just going to continue on right here. Now one thing about this one all the way on the edge here is that you don't need to place anything here. This is going to flow into the next plot, and you're going to create a preset so that none of the flowing water is actually there, so you won't really have to worry about it once you actually build the plot. So once you're done with placing all of these, you can move on to placing the jungle wood, which will go all the way to the edge right here of the higher part. You'll place 2 upwards, and then you'll place 3 high of logs, and then break the dirt that you placed earlier. Now the next biggest part is the top. What you can see here is that I placed dirt for all of these, while Kaeso, the original maker of this farm, placed soul sand under the ones that have potato and carrots. Now the reason that there would be soul sand there is because right here you can see that if you are facing directly straight, you will completely miss the potatoes and you will completely miss the carrots. And because the teleporters up here set you to a direction, that is not feasible. So it'll put you into soul sand, sink you down enough where you can break it. But the problem with that is that soul sand doesn't have a constant speed. You'll see right on the left side of my hotbar, if I hold left, you can see that the speed that I'm going is completely changing every time I go over another block. It is not a constant speed going left or right. So what you want to do is you got to get to 4 blocks per second so that you can break 5 long, which you can't consistently do if you are walking on soul sand, but you can do if you are using dirt. You go to 310 speed, you use a toggle shift mod that Kaeso made, which I have set to right shift. You'll toggle shift, and then you go this way, and you can see on the left side it's 4.01 blocks per second. You can do a 309 for like 3.99, but this is basically about as good as you're going to get here. So the way that I made it, builder's ruler on each of these top slabs here, you go over 6 blocks, then on the 6th block, you'll do another one. So you'll have 1 row of water, 5 blocks in between, and then another row of water. Next up is placing the various blocks that you will need in order for this farm to work. So what you do on the edges here, you extend this line of dirt across the whole plot, fill up your builder's ruler with soul sand, and then I'll show you the pattern here where it goes soul sand, dirt, dirt, soul sand, dirt for 8 more of these, soul sand, dirt, dirt, soul sand. So we do our first one of soul sand, this one will be dirt, this one will be dirt, another one of soul sand. These next 8 are all dirt, and then I just start all the way over here, place these 5, dirt, dirt, place these 5. Then you fill in the rest with dirt. Break these bottom ones, and here's an optional part right here. If you want, you can go through each of these middle ones, not the ones with the slabs under them. The ones with the slab under them you want open, but these ones right here you can place right here. Use your builder's ruler and either put a full block, a slab, really anything you want, just so that you don't confuse yourself and accidentally try to walk in here to start farming. So I'm not going to worry about all of that, but now everything for the basis of building the farm is created. The next thing on the list is prisma pumps. So I just place all these slabs here to stop the water from flowing backwards and interfering with the other ones. But you don't have to do that. That's just something that I wanted to do. So you place water in these bottom 3, these 3 right here, and then this entire row up here. Once you've placed all of these water sources, what you're going to want to do is go to the other side and just check to make sure that they all flowed. I've noticed a lot of times that there's bugs and it just doesn't want to flow all the way. So if you see any gaps, like right here, you can just place again on this side, and then it should flow to where it stopped, and then you can just continue from there. This one even stopped right at the edge. If you're a perfectionist like I was when I made this, I just went through and actually found where it stopped flowing and then I just fixed it from there. But that's not really necessary, it'll work regardless. But then from here, you'll want to plant all your crops. What I want to let you guys know is that if you're farming either here or here, this side will be less efficient than this side, because when you're doing the TP pads, you will not have to move in order to teleport. This is just because that there's not enough teleport pads to really make this work completely 100%. So if you want to be more efficient with pumpkins, put the pumpkins here. Right now, I'm not going to plant it because what you need to do when you paste a plot is fill your inventory with pumpkin seeds, which I don't want to do. So I'm just going to till all of this in this pattern. I accidentally clicked here, but it'll just end up looking like this, where you leave room for the pumpkins or melons to grow. Same with up here, and then down here as well. Next, you don't need to worry about any of these, so then what you just want to do is go to the top bit right here, and just till across all of these. So from here you can plant everything. You'll do cactus like this, cocoa beans like this on the logs here, and then sugarcane on these blocks like this. Now what I would personally do is leave all of these blank so that you don't have to worry about it when you're pasting. But you can plant all this, save it in the preset if you want. Just know that you will have to fill your inventory with pumpkin and melon seeds at the same time while it's pasting, because otherwise it won't plant and you'll have gaps in your farm, which is why I recommend just doing it afterwards. This is pretty much the hardest part, planting these top ones. You'll go like this, with the nether wart pouch on all the soul sand, obviously, because you can't put the nether wart anywhere else. But then there is a pattern. There's wheat in both of these spots, same with on the other side, and then it goes carrot, potato, potato, carrot, carrot, potato, potato, carrot. Or it could be the other way around. You could do a potato, carrot, carrot, potato, carrot, carrot, potato, whatever you want to do. But the pattern for carrots will be this. Goes one there, two in the middle, and then one on the end. And then, of course, potatoes will go in these last 4 slots. Now, you might notice after planting that some of these don't grow, like this one right here hasn't grown at all. Same with this one and this one. I believe you can paste, and all those problems will disappear, but if you're worried about it, what you can do is you'll just go with a replenish hoe, and then just break all of them, and then they will start growing like normally afterwards. So now you've got an almost functioning farm. So next thing you'll do is do /desk. Find the plot that you're building in. For me, this is plot 11. I already have presets made, but what you can do is save preset, put in whatever name you want, click on the paper, and then it'll save everything in here. So now that that part's built, the next thing that we are going to be doing is building from right here, the edge of the nether wart of the last plot, all the way to the end of that mushroom. If you really want to, this will all fit comfortably in the plot for the barn. I think when I counted it, it ended up being somewhere around here-ish. So there's still plenty of room to spare, but you do have to hand build all of that in there. So if you want to just use presets, you'll use a separate plot and then make a preset for that. So now that you made a preset for this, all you have to do is just make sure that your sacks are full of everything that you want to paste. Carrots, potatoes, cactus, sugarcane, all that. And then just paste it across a row of 5 plots, and then I will show you what to do for the next plot. So now that you've pasted all the plots, you'll go back to creating a preset, which you can do right next to it because it continues the pattern. You'll just do 4 like this, that one that you go up, you'll do the next 2, you'll go up again, this one actually goes up 2, place there, then you do the next 4 like that. So this is where what you're going to want to do is pay attention a little bit more. So right here, instead of having 1 block gap between that and the cactus, you're going to want a 2 block gap, meaning that in order to block the water for the cane up here, you can just place a full block. You don't need to worry about doing ladders or anything. So you go 2 away, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you do 3 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you do 3 once more. Now you want to continue that upwards. You'll go up 4 blocks, and then you'll place this across all of it. Place your line of 3 dirt. Fill your builder's ruler with stone slabs. Place these next 2 just like this. Buy sand and place it on these left two. And the next thing you're going to want to do is place 5 blocks out from the slab. And then right here is where you're going to want to place your podzol or your mycelium, whichever works for you. I go with podzol because you can buy it at the builder and it's cheaper, but mycelium's in the bazaar, so you can fill your inventory a lot quicker. So once your podzol's placed, you can destroy these down here because you don't need them. You can also destroy this one if you really want, but these two have to stay because, you know, sand will fall. And then this is the one that you'll have to plant by hand because mushrooms are just like that. So you can do either red or brown mushrooms, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to do red mushrooms because that's what I have over there. And then you'll just grab a stack, go all the way to this furthest one, you don't want to go over here, and then you'll just sprint, hold right click, place a line of red mushrooms, and then these will spread and fill up this whole space. As long as you're at it for placing the mushrooms, you might as well just place the cactus as well. So boom, just like that, cactus is planted. So I forgot to place this one, but now really the last thing you have to worry about is placing cane in the slabs, and then also going over here, grabbing your trapdoors once again, and then just placing this line. As you can see right here, I don't have any ladders in my actual farm because it's a preset. It blocks it off. So you don't need to place ladders. You can if you really want to, but it's definitely not necessary. So you place that sand on top of the trapdoor and slab. And destroy that. Place more cactus. So you'll do the same thing you did for cane earlier. You'll place 2 like this, one like this. And then right here, instead of ladders, you can just do a full block of dirt. It doesn't really matter there. So then destroy all this down here. Place your slabs to catch the water. Now that you got these to catch the water, you'll do the same thing again. You'll go up here, go like that. Place these 2. Then you got all these slabs placed. You'll do the next 2 blocks. Go to your builder's ruler. 3 of jungle logs, and that's pretty much all that's required. You just gotta place your water like this. Check for any holes once you get to the other side. Then you just gotta till this stuff down here. Plant all this stuff and the cocoa beans. Save it as a preset, and then you're all good. It's gonna look like this. You go back to your desk. You select your plot. Save it as a preset, and then what I labeled mine is the mega farm for the big one that had the entire plot filled, and then mini farm for this small one right here. So once you've pasted, it should look something like this, except all of these will not be planted yet. So what I did is I just made sure all of the farmland was tilled. So like go all the way down and check if there's any holes in it, any gaps, and then I filled my basket of seeds, mostly with melon seeds. So what I would do is I would take a couple stacks of pumpkins at a time, turn them all into seeds, put them in the basket of seeds, plant these. These don't matter. You can do these without worrying about these ones. So you'll plant all your pumpkins on the top ones, plant all your melons on the bottom ones, or the other way around. And then for the ones down here, I used the pumpkin seeds that were in there, placed these 2. I took the rest of the pumpkin seeds out, used the melon seeds to place these 2, flew all the way across. Again, put the pumpkin seeds in the basket, placed, take them out, switch to melons, place these 2. Now you might be wondering why you have to go all the way through, but that's because that the 5 plot length is so long that basket of seeds really only reaches about halfway. So you need to place on this side, run all the way across so that it doesn't grow and then interrupt your farmland. Place on the other side and then have the meat in the middle, and you will be all good. So you're still with me? I hope so, because we've still got a whole lot more to go. This next part is pretty much the most difficult because you're using teleport pads to go across your whole island, meaning that it's very, very easy to get stuck in the ground, which is not ideal, obviously, because if you get stuck, then you won't be able to farm at semi-AFK. And then up here, there will be flowing, so you can actually farm 5 deep without having to reposition yourself. Now's when you're going to start using these miscellaneous blocks that I was telling you to use earlier. So what you're going to start off with is pretty much just chopping off the end of row. Same with this block right here. Put these up elevated like so. And you will do this for 3 blocks. That one down like that. You'll keep this edge one. I mean, you should keep this end one. Then you'll continue this on for another couple. You'll put slabs across just like this. So in total, this will be 6 blocks like this. 1 block right there. And then this goes 3. This goes down a half. So you have all this. You'll place skulls right here. And then you will place wood trapdoors. Have them like that so that you can farm sugarcane. Next off, we're going to place 2 walls. One inward and then one on where the TP pad's going to go. So you'll break this. Start off with a slab or a trapdoor. You can place like this. Place a trapdoor. On top of where the other wall was, you will place a staircase. And then in here will go your teleport pad. So once you have all of that done, you'll need to extend this. Place a sign there. Place a sign here. And then this water that is flowing, you will break this so that it flows inwards. So that when you're farming melon, like this, you'll go upwards, you'll be pushed into the teleport pad, and then you'll be sent back all the way over there. Now you need to continue this for every single line. So every single one of these, you will do the same thing over and over. You'll place these 2, place the trapdoor up here, place the teleport pad, 1 slab, 3 full blocks, skulls, the trapdoors, and then this water right here to flow you in here, and then you'll teleport across, and then I'll tell you how to do this side. So then on this edge of the farm, you're going to repeat a similar process. So this is the edge. You'll go down right here, place a cobblestone wall, place a slab here so that you can place a trapdoor on top of the teleport pad. Put a teleport pad in there. I will signal with netherrack. You've got that in there. And then a similar thing will happen up here. You'll place a slab, place a trapdoor, use a cobblestone wall there. That's where a teleport pad will be. And then right here is where you will fall down. So just put that as a hole right there. Dig down and then have it end up like this. Set on the edge, it'll look like this for all of the rows except for this one right here. So all of these rows, you'll have it looking like that. But then on this last one right here, you will use it to teleport to this cactus and mushroom farm. And to do that, instead of placing this trapdoor right away, you'll place a slab, a wooden trapdoor, and then you'll go ahead and place the iron trapdoor. Make it so that when this one opens, it'll block you from walking into that one, and then you will go down into this teleport pad. This teleport pad will bring you all the way over here to right here. Now here it depends on your ping and internet stability on where you put these, but you can put them a few blocks inward will be safe. So then you will go 3 blocks in, the teleport pad will go there, a trapdoor will go on top of the teleport pad, and then you will use a skull to step up. Now you repeat that for all 6 of these. Then what you do is do the same exact thing on the opposite side. So this opposite side will do the same. You can put this inwards a few blocks if you're scared about your connection having you walk off before you teleport, or you can just place a block that you would use for a barrier. And now, the final and most confusing one, the crops that are on top. So you'll start with beginning with a pattern of 3 signs, breaking this 1 block down here, so then the TP pad will be there, and then to the left of the TP pad, you will place a slab, so that when you go up here, you can break the soul sand or the dirt or whatever it is. Use a full block right next to it to place a trapdoor so that you don't flow into it. Then you go to the opposite side. Use slabs or some other block to place blocks up here so that you don't accidentally, so that the water source here doesn't make you jump upwards. Then you can retill all these crops, replant them. You might have to hit them with replenish real quick. The only thing you have to pay attention to right here is that all of them on one side will face the same direction. So you'll copy this over on each of these. You'll paste this. I have all of these teleport directions set to north, which is that way. So these teleporters will be facing towards Wart. This teleporter will be facing towards wheat. and all of these will be facing the same exact direction. And same with the water will be flowing north as well. So once you did that side when all of them were facing that way, now you go onto this side and have all of them facing the opposite direction. All of these teleport pads are facing south, and you'll do the same thing. Place the teleport pad, place the slab, but instead of water being placed here to flow that way, it'll be placed here so that it'll flow this way, meaning that we don't need to have a trapdoor here blocking you from walking into the source. So now follow this naming scheme for these teleport pads. Depending on which side it is, it doesn't really matter. In my case, it's this side is east and then that side's west, so all of these teleport pads are named East Wheat 1. So that one's East Wheat 1. This is East Wheat 2. This one is East Potato 1. East Potato 2. East Potato 3. East Potato 4. And then back over here is East Wheat 3. And then East Wheat 4. All of these teleport to the respective pad. So East Potato 1 will go to East Potato 2, which will go to 3, which will go to 4, which will go back to 1. Same with the wheat. Wheat 1 will go to Wheat 2. Wheat 2 will go to Wheat 3. Wheat 3 to 4, and then 4 all the way back to 1. Now the same mechanic is labeled on the opposite side. It'll just be West 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 potato and wheat. Or you can name it Wart. It doesn't really matter. I just followed the same naming scheme that Kaeso had, and that seems to work just fine for me. So again, this one is West Wheat 1. This one will be West Wheat 2. This is Potato 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Wheat 3, Wheat 4. Teleporters go 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, all the way back to 1 on each of these. And then down here for these teleport pads, this top one does not need a name because you will not be teleporting to it. This bottom one though, name it Melon 1, West Melon 1, East Melon 1, Main Melon 1, doesn't matter. This one will be Melon 1 because you will teleport and then be walking this way. So this one is Melon 1, Melon 2, Melon 3, Melon 4, Melon 5, Melon 6, Melon 7, Melon 8, Melon 9. So you might see this cactus one right here. This one does. So you might see this cactus one here. This one does not need a name if I can click on it. This one does not need a name because you won't teleport to it. And then again, when you want to farm cactus, you'll just flip this up. So then that cactus will teleport you all the way over there. Name those like Cactus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the ones on this side will be Mushroom 1, Mushroom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when you teleport into this cactus one, you will go all the way back over here, and then you'll be able to face this way. If you set your spawn over on that side, then you will walk like this, teleport, and then do that over and over and over again. Now, finally, for this one right here. This one is labeled Main Start 1, this one's labeled Main Start 2, and this goes all the way to 9, which is all the way over here. So you'll teleport through all of those. These will be set to the different melons. So this is Main Melon 2, and then the one all the way over there will send you to Main Melon 1. And then this just goes in a line like all of the other teleports. Now I'm going to fly through all of these if you would like to copy them down. So what's above these teleport pads is the destination for them. As you can see, all of them are teleporting to the ones that are on the same side. East goes to east, west goes to west. I'll show you all the teleport pad destinations on the right side of the farm. Each 2 of these will be set to the same destination. These all just count up until they hit 1, and then they go back to the beginning. Don't forget about that cactus one right there. Now for the top crops, wheat 2, and this goes to wheat 3, and then so on. And that is the whole TP pad setup. Now, on to how you actually use this thing. So now onto mushroom, which I believe is the easiest crop to farm because you don't need to go through the rest of the farm and worry about all that. So what you'll do in this situation, you'll start all the way on the left side. You'll go to 180. You'll go 30 degrees to the right, so to -150. The second angle doesn't matter that much. All you need to do is just make sure that you're in line and will hit all 4 mushrooms. You will set your rancher boots to 233 speed, put them on, hold W, and now you are farming perfect rates. Next is wheat and netherwort because you farm them basically the same way. So this one will teleport you backwards, so you don't want to start there. You'll start in this block right here. You'll aim directly forward because the teleport pad will set you there. This water will push you into the block. And then with your speed set to 93, hold left click and move to the right. As you can see, you'll be reaching all 5 of them perfectly, and you will not need to reposition. Next is wheat, which will start you on the opposite side. So you'll be facing directly north, and then you'll be able to go left and right at 93 speed, as long as you have depth strider 3. Hold down left click and move to the right. Next will be farming potato. This teleport pad will have you looking directly north, meaning that you would not hit any of the potatoes. So what you can do is find a ToggleSneak mod. I'm a bit sketched out by a lot of them, so what I use is the one that Kaeso made, where you can set up a control, you press the button for it, and then you can see I can reach the potatoes. And then what you have to do from here is set your rancher boots to 310 and then go to the right. Now the same exact thing will happen with carrots. You'll just end up over here. This will push you all the way to the edge. You will be facing directly south this time. You will turn on your ToggleSneak, hold the break block, and then move to the right. For each of those, you'll set spawn where I started. So where I like to start with cane is right here. Now don't worry if when you're farming cane you break any of these. That's just how it is because you have to go from there and walk up here. But the way that I farm cane is I get right here, aim straight, go to the left until the first angle hits 142. I set my rancher boots to 251 speed, and then you hold break and walk forward. So now to farm melon, you're going to end up teleporting to this side of the farm where you will set your angle. You'll be right in the center of the block because of the teleport pad. Set your angle to be going directly straight, and then you can go anywhere between like 30. I think you can go like all the way. I think you can go all the way down here. You can go like 37 if you want, but all you need to do is just make sure that you're centered in the block and then be able to reach all of these. Set your speed to 155. And then it's the same as you would as if you were regularly farming. So now for farming pumpkins, you will again have your rancher boots set at 155. You will set your angle to be looking downwards. I have it at 38.8. Doesn't need to be that. It can be like 37.2 or something. There's a bit of leeway. but you just need to be able to reach all 3 of these. You'll have your speed set, and then move to the right. Now for Cactus and Cocoa Bean, you will set your spawn right on the staircase just like you did with Pumpkins. And for Cocoa Beans, you'll even keep the same speed of 155. Then what you want to do, this teleports you to the direct center of the block, meaning that you just have to make sure that you're going straight, like this. Set the degrees to -45, and then hold S. So then finally, if you want to farm Cactus, you'll just head all the way to this end, flip up this trap door. Then once you're back at the start, you'll be aiming directly forward, and then you can have anywhere between like -9 and -13. Set your angle straight, speed to 400, and then hold down brake and move to the right. As you can see, this farm is still in its experimental phases. Everything is pretty new, and not everything is set in stone, so this design might change completely, or I might have to make another tutorial, but for now, this is infinite or mostly infinite at Garden 15. Some crops you can do at Garden 12, but all crops should be infinite enough where it's not too inefficient to semi-AFK farm the whole time. If you have any questions about the farm, join my Discord or join the Elite Farming Discord, which right now it's deleted, but we do have a backup server, so that will also be linked in the description. Thanks to Kaeso for making this design and letting me make a tutorial on it, and if you decide to make this, visit Kaeso and give him some thanks. Thanks for watching, and good luck building out there.